Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thanks for stopping by. This is my instant reaction video to Miami's 38-26 win over Virginia Tech, the last home game of the year. Miami improves to 6-5. They're officially bowl eligible. These are all positive signs. There were positives in this game, definitely, for sure. Things I want to get into. First off, I definitely want to talk about Charleston Rambo. You know, he's the guy that came over from Oklahoma. He didn't have the season that he would have liked last year. You know, pretty good in 2019, but he just wasn't able to build on it. A lot of question marks coming into it. Would he be able to impact Miami's passing game? How would he fit in? Miami was returning guys like Mike Harley, and at that time, D. Wiggins and Mark Pope were starters as well. So there was a little question mark as to where Charleston was going to fit in. And he's had one of the greatest individual single seasons at Miami for a wide receiver, and he's closing in on some really prestigious records. Today he had 7 catches, 116 yards. Now he only needs one more catch to tie the reception record set by Leonard Hankerson in 2010. And he only needs 91 more yards, which he can obviously do, to tie Allen Hurns' record for most yards in a season. So the fact that he came into Miami, a one-year deal, I don't think he'll be back next year. I think that goes without saying, but just want to make that clear. And to do that in his first year, change of quarterbacks, and he's really been one of the best receivers in the ACC, really been on a tear. And you saw it tonight. You know, he makes plays in one-on-one situations. He's able to get downfield with his speed, and he just comes down with a lot of catches. He did make a catch over the middle. You know, he's doing an excellent job on the perimeter, but just the impact that he's made on this offense, I think it's been really good. I think Tyler Van Dyke is certainly glad to have him as he made that transition into being a starter. It's just been really impressive. You know, he's just done a really good job, and it's pretty impressive that he's been able to obviously put himself in a position in the regular season finale to break these records. If he chooses not to play in the bowl game, which some guys that prepare for the NFL draft obviously choose to do so. So I definitely want to start out by talking about Charleston Rambo. You know, another good performance by Tyler Van Dyke. You know, over 300 yards once again, the 3 touchdowns. So I think it was good for him to start off fast. You know, he really guided this team early on in the first quarter. It's been such a point of emphasis for the team. It's been something that's, you know, kind of plagued the Hurricanes in games that they've lost. So to bounce back after that Florida State loss last week, to go and have a performance that he did, you know, to really, you know, get things going in the first quarter. I thought that was really good for the quarterback to do that, for Tyler to do that. Really nice play on that first touchdown to Will Mallory, 9-yard play. Will did a really good job of getting open. I actually had a chance to catch the video, posted that on Twitter. You can check that out if you guys are interested at InsideTheU. But I thought Will did a good job of getting open, goes in motion, you know, kind of a double move, and makes that nice catch. And I think just for this team with where it's at, coming into the year coming into the game 5-5, again, just having that positive momentum early in the game is so important. So good to see that they connected there. But another connection I want to touch on is the touchdown to Brashard Smith. Many of you guys have been watching throughout the year. You've been wanting to see more of Brashard. You've seen flashes of it. You know, he comes into this game with 11 catches, but you see the big play potential at times with Brashard. He just kind of, you know, kind of in that second grouping, second unit, even third grouping at times throughout the year. And he's done a good job. And today, you know, the 75-yard touchdown against an ACC opponent, I thought was really good. And obviously gets behind the defense, but, you know, just that explosion after he makes the catch, I thought that was great to see. Again, sign of things to come. Maybe even a guy to watch for down the stretch here in these last couple games. You're always looking for freshmen to kind of emerge down the stretch, maybe build on what they've done. So he'll certainly be a player to watch for in these last couple games. But just tonight, just a really good performance, a good big play that you saw from Brashard. So definitely good sign there. I want to flip over to the defense a little bit. You know, there were a lot of defensive players that Miami announced as seniors. You know, 23 of them to be exact, on both sides of the ball. And this just isn't guys that are clearly listed as seniors on the roster. There are some guys that could come back next year that were honored today. A guy like Nesta Jade-Silvera, who actually hinted at it a couple weeks ago that he was going to be playing in his final season. He was a guy that was honored, a guy that could come back next year if he wanted to. So I thought Nesta played good. He actually tied for the team lead in tackles tonight. He did a good job. Another guy that was honored tonight was Gilbert Frierson, who's actually listed as a sophomore. So these are just a couple guys that you're not expected to be back next year. DJ Ivey was another one as well. So just a few defensive players. But kind of going back to Nesta, I thought him, Jared Harrison-Hunt did a good job up the middle for the most part tonight. I think it was good that the defensive tackles played well. Leonard Taylor was in there as well. Didn't make the impact that he had in games past, but overall I thought the defensive tackle play was pretty good. You can always be better, and obviously the quarterbacks at Virginia Tech were able to get loose on some run plays. Obviously Miami needs to clean that up and certainly needs to be better. Kind of some other things with the defensive, on defense, where I thought the defensive backs were, sometimes they were good and sometimes they were shaky. James Williams didn't play. Tyreek Stevenson was in and out of the game tonight, and there were some plays that Virginia Tech was able to make. I thought the touchdown that Trey Turner had when DJ Ivey was playing him, I thought it was really good coverage, really physical play by DJ Ivey, but Trey just made the play and made the touchdown. I thought Marcus Clark allowed a play downfield to Corey Couch. There were some plays downfield, but for the most part, I thought they did a pretty good job. Again, things they got to clean up. They can't allow any big plays against Duke. Miami's obviously going to be favored big in that one. Duke has really struggled, and I think a lot of what we're looking at right now is Miami's got to figure out a way to win this bowl game that they have. Regardless of that, it's not going to be a high-profile bowl game. Probably won't be a big-time opponent, but Miami's lost 10 of their last 11 bowl games, and I think for Miami to start making strides into competing for ACC championships, to be a 10-win team, to be ranked consistently, I think they've got to crush kind of these things that have really hampered them at times, and winning bowl games is one of them. So this team has to clean some things up, get some things corrected to win this bowl game, because again, you're kind of resetting the goals with how things have started throughout the year. That doesn't excuse anything. I'm not saying, or even saying this is going to be a successful year. You're just, because of the defeats they've had this year, you're trying to kind of reset some goals, try to reach some obtainable things. At this point, you've got to go 8-5. You're hoping to go 8-5. Hopefully you can win this bowl game. Hopefully you're seeing offensive players continue to progress and just gain this experience. I think that's where you're looking at with this team. So I'm going to wrap this up. As you can see behind me, if you watch the game, there was some rain. You can see it behind me. It's starting to rain a little bit more. I can feel it now. So I don't want to get stuck in a monsoon out here. No umbrella. But definitely want to thank everybody for watching these videos. Definitely, hopefully continue to do more. And just thanks again, and definitely stay tuned. Plenty more discussion with Miami's Director of Athletics. Definitely keep in mind these next couple of weeks. This next week I think will be key. I think there'll be some more information popping up in the very near future. And I don't want to overlap. I just want to keep this to an instant reaction video. But thanks again for watching, and take care. And like the scoreboard says, thanks to the fans.